Welcome to Dancing with Time, hosted by Beth Amin and me, Patty Teal. This podcast is all about self-care, inspiring and supporting each other to live our essential nature, which is timeless. I'm not young, I'm not old, I just am. Join us for conversation, movement, and meditation. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Time Out with the Twins. I'm here with my dearest twin friend, Patty Teal. You can see why we're twins, that we are so much alike in so many ways. But we do think alike, and we do love to learn and process and grow. And we love to invite you all to our party and go along for this joyful ride of personal adventure and community and connection. So every week, our basic topic is self-love and self-care, and we explore an aspect of that comes up for us spontaneously during the week, sometimes even the morning before our podcast. And so we just go with it in an improvised talk, and our show's structured to have an improvised 20 minutes of talk about a topic, and then we have a short segment of movement and a short segment of meditation for your self-care and pleasure. So, Patty, tell us about what came up for you recently or this morning or yesterday that you wanted to chat about.
Yeah, so Beth, you and I were just talking, and everybody else out there who is listening or watching. And recently I decided I need to go on a diet because every time I weigh myself, it seems to be a little bit more. And it's disturbing too, because I normally in the past was kind of a slender person. And I think, besides for some metabolism things going on, I noticed I'm self-sabotaging, and that's very distressing. The minute I thought to myself, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to fast. This morning I got up and I had a big bowl of cereal, and cereal's not even on the program that I want to be on, or the way I want to eat more vegetables and protein kind of things. And then I went and had a second bowl of cereal. So besides for the physical fact that I think it does, bring about cravings, I'm like, why am I self-sabotaging? And it doesn't have to be about a diet. It could be anything that you want to attain in your lifetime. You might find yourself sabotaging yourself. So that leads to the idea that, what is going on? Do I have some underlying belief or self-limiting beliefs? Why am I doing this? So anyway, that's the topic I thought we could discuss today, Beth.
Wow. Well, oh my gosh, that comes in so many forms all the time. I think we have to watch that all the time. I know I certainly do. And I process a lot in a lot of different ways. But it's interesting that you brought up dieting, because that's one of the really most challenging ways to mess yourself up.
Yeah.
because you're instantly referencing the condition of I am fat. And so
Right.
Try to not think about I am fat.
Mm-hmm.
And since you're thinking I am fat, then you start eating the wrong things. So it's really a trick. I know what's worked for me is to just go by what feels good. Like, oh, I just want to feel good. And I eat stuff that makes me feel good. And usually the stuff that makes me feel good after I've explored it is stuff that doesn't, that provides energy and provides health. And there'd be even some metaphysical people that would say it doesn't matter what you eat. It's like how you approach it in your thoughts. And I think dieting is like one of the trickiest, or getting on the scale. I rarely get on the scale even anymore, because it will trip me out. I'll go like,
right.
And then I start eating, because I'm thinking I'm fat rather than, so there's so many processes that you can use. First of all, you can, do what athletes do. I mean, I'm not giving advice or anything. I'm just like telling you what's helped me. What athletes do is they visualize themselves as they want to be. They visualize the sport being executed as you want to be. But I think even underlying that is you have to have the desire to love yourself and feel good, which is what this show is all about. It's like, I don't want to spend my life torturing myself. I'm super cool. Come on now.
Right.
I don't want to do this. And I mean, you could go through a long list of explorations on where it came from. The culture makes you think you're this way. Comfort food helps with all the thoughts that, like cereals, they're comfort food. They help you with not thinking all the thoughts. But I like to also do a lot of writing because I'm really interested in like this, my limitations, like what's that coming from? Why would I think that? And you don't want to go, I don't like to spend too much time deep in my past because that's, putting you in the past. That's like saying I'm fat, but you kind of go like, okay, so those are the origins of it. Oh, I got it from somebody told me that when I was little, whatever. Or, and then you go like, okay, so now that I'm aware of that, how can I begin to feel better and just love myself as my beacon, rather than any of this other stuff? So I don't know. What are you thinking, Patty?
Well, I love that, Beth. Just your beacon is to love yourself. I mean, how wonderful is that?
Mhm.
But I know dieting and your weight and your body image is in itself a huge topic. But
Yeah.
I think the topic, as you said, is even larger. It's like, what is keeping me from whatever you don't have that you know that
Mm,
you want, but you
yeah.
haven't been able to attain it? And
Huh.
there has to be some self-limiting belief that is in there that has put the brakes on it, whether it's monetary abundance
Ah,
or good health, whatever it is, there's
ah,
something that
yes.
deep inside you've got to identify. And how do you find that? How do you identify it so that you can banish it and replace it with something that's wonderful and will um, help you to attain what you know in the depths of your soul that you want?
Oh, that's so beautifully put. Well, I said a lot of, I think, meditation, if you sit quietly and ask, you can it also often comes up the origins of these limitations. And I also write a lot. As I said, when I'm writing, it somehow comes out of me like, oh, I felt this, and why do I, what's going on, and what do I really want, if that's how I feel. Because I think it could be cultural, that we are just taught to suppress our authenticity, as they call it, like who we really are. And we're not, it's, you got to be brave, really bold and brave, to be big and go like, I want that, I can have it. And then you get into the fact that if you really do believe that we've come here to create, that we're creative beings in our essence, right? It's a
Mhm.
quantum universe. Our thoughts create a reality, like we've talked to before, or as much as possible, given our circumstances and those people around us, they create a reality. Then we want to choose. We don't want to be on default systems. And you're
Right.
saying, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what I check myself every morning. I wake up and I go like, oh man, my mind starts going to go. I'm not, okay, I'm on that default system, Does it feel good? No, it does not feel good. So I actually take the time every day to, okay, I'm on that one again. I'm on lack. You have to really go to some deep place where you know that those limitations are illusory, right? They're illusions. And then it goes down to your foundational beliefs of, do we believe that we're abundant? Are we in an abundant, loving universe? And I know, Patty, that you do. You are abundance, and I am abundance. That's like, so what, you must have some processes that you use. So just to reiterate, I use meditation. I check in every day, and often during the day, if I'm not happy, I go like, I don't like this. I don't want to waste 1 minute of my precious life doing this. I do writing, and I move through it too with movement, which are some of the practices that we emphasize. So anyway, go ahead, Patty.
Well, I think our show came along at the perfect time for me. Time out
Well,
with
it's
the twins.
helping
I
me.
really need this. Well, when I was the happiest in my lifetime
Yes.
was when I was making time to sit by a stream and write. It was just,
Oh,
something that was a part of my life. I did do more journaling now and more meditation and more yoga. So I'm finding I'm getting back to these things a little bit. And while I know that, you don't want to schedule every moment of your life because you want to be free to play and have fun. I think when you're busy, it might help to have a little bit of a schedule. And
Mm.
I might have to go back to that because when I do journal, and I actually kind of do this automatic writing,
Uh-huh.
it just is very enlightening, just tells me things. I don't know where it comes from, my higher self or somewhere else, but
Uh-huh.
it's very insightful. But I haven't been making time to do it very often. And when I do it was like, why haven't I been doing that? This is so wonderful. Or I do some yoga. Why haven't I been doing this? This is so wonderful. So I'm kind of thinking that I need to put myself on a schedule
A
because
schedule.
there's things
Yeah.
that are very important that I'm not regularly doing. So maybe
Ah,
I'm just not disciplined enough. I'm not really sure, but I don't want to get down on myself because this is all about self-care and self-love. But I think I'm going to try to be more scheduled for the things that I know are going to bring me happiness and peace.
oh, that's lovely. Absolutely. And that's a big question for everyone when we get really busy. And why do we not put ourselves first? Why will I do the dishes that obviously need to be done, but why will I do that before I spend 5 minutes in a peaceful meditation? And so I think you have to prioritize yourself, and that takes some guts. That, believe it or not, that's an act of bravery to prioritize yourself. But and I hear so much about meditative practices. I just actually, and I think you have to believe in pleasure too, like pleasure over working, which took me a while
Uh-huh.
too. Like pleasure is a high value. Doing nothing or taking care of yourself is the highest value, along with being kind to
Mm-hmm.
others. And I think we have to relearn all that stuff. Like, oh, really? I can take this 10 minutes. I have an app on my phone that's got all these different sounds. It's a meditation app. And I picked one with these birds and this stream flowing
Nice,
because
nice.
it's springtime. It's going to be
Mm-hmm.
springtime here. And I actually put it on. I was going to do, okay, I have it set for 10 minutes. I had 5 and 10 minutes. And I got in there today and it was so pleasurable. I just went, I don't want to leave. And so I sat there for half an hour, but normally I won't sit still. I will
Mm-hmm.
just like, and so it's cool. I'm doing it every day because I understand, I've been told from what I read and what I hear that taking that time to quiet your mind and just go not nattering or whatever, it really affects your entire life. It
Right.
makes everything in your life calmer and richer and more beautiful. And so I'm going to go like, okay, well, if that's what it takes, um, then I want to try that. I want quality of life, quality. So anyway, I think you're spot on. And I just started giving myself permission to do it. So, and do you have five? I mean, like you've got so busy. Do you have your 5 minutes or your
But you
10
just have to
minutes?
take it. You just have
Take
to
it.
seize it. It's
Okay.
a lot of people are busy. And I suppose if I look at my schedule, it's not busier than a lot of people's, but somehow I've just gotten in this pace of not taking the time to do these wonderful things. And I need
All
to
right.
bring it back.
So shall we do it together with you and me and everybody? Because I had my first true day of actually doing it today.
Yes, let's
Want
do
to?
this as a
Okay.
challenge. Yeah, let's do it as a
Well,
challenge.
maybe I will do it as a pleasure because that's
Okay,
more
as
in
a
keeping with
pleasure.
what I need to.
Uh-huh.
I don't need. I mean, I don't want to challenge for me. You do
I'm
it
just
as a
trying to
challenge.
motivate everybody, but maybe just to do it as a pleasure is the most motivating.
That'll work for me. But
Hmm.
it'll however you want to motivate yourself. It's up
Hmm.
to you.
Right,
Anything you want to do is good as far as motivation. But
right.
I just want to feel good, and I just want my life, the fabric of my life, to be more and more and more beautiful.
And when you are in that state of taking that time for yourself, I have been there before, in life, and all these amazing synchronicities happen. That's one of the ways you find out you're on
Yeah.
the right track. It's like, oh my gosh,
Mm.
this person happened to appear, and this amazing coincidence happened there, and all of a sudden everything starts coming together. And so I think it has to do with taking that time whether it's meditation, a walk in the woods,
Mhm.
if you live by woods, or walk on the beach, wherever you are,
Mhm.
to have that special solitude time where your mind is free to intuit and receive beautiful thoughts.
Absolutely. And it puts you in the stream of life. So much of it, we live so much in our minds where we're out of the natural flow of how life is, that it does give life a certain, I won't call it mystical quality, but a certain depth of reality that is uh, like it gives you oh, that's why I'm alive. I'm alive to be connected to everything and to have things, glorious miracles happen that are everyday things. And, it gives you room for appreciative and thoroughly understanding how busy many people are. But like you said, this week, no matter what, we're going to take that bit of time to just savor the flow of life. And
Right. So circling back around, Beth, to the topic that we started with is
yeah.
identifying kind of some
Oh, yes. Oh,
self-sabotaging
yes, yes, yes.
things.
Hmm.
I think sometimes we're on automatic pilot and we don't really realize that we have these self-sabotaging things. I mean, the two bowls of cereal was kind of a
It's a
a
good
clue
one.
for me. But
Yeah.
how do you identify them? Are you saying that comes to you through meditation and writing and self-love?
Well, it comes to you, it's about self-love. You have to constantly be aware of how you feel. That's the
Mhm,
practice. If you're not feeling good, then you've messed yourself up with your thoughts,
mhm,
essentially, because you're not even, I mean, granted, there's external forces at work, but if you'll know that you're not who you authentically are, that you're putting a thought that limits you into your life because you're not feeling very happy when you have that thought. And
mhm.
so, what is Esther Hicks, which we refer to often? They call it their emotional guidance system, where you care enough about yourself and your life that you are aware when you're doing it. You go like, oh, I just was really mean to myself. Do I really want to be mean to myself? Do I really want to diminish and be cruel to myself? And well, would I want to do that to anyone else? Not really. So you have to go like, whoa. So it's really being aware throughout the day of how you feel like and being devoted to your own life, I think.
And I think it is one of the most important things to figure out what you might be limiting yourself
Yes,
with, what thoughts are
of
in
course.
there that you really don't recognize. So
Oh,
we
I see.
might have
Yes.
to delve in this topic even more to figure out, how we discover what those thoughts might be and how we
Mm.
dig them out.
Oh my God. And I go so deep sometimes, like with this stuff, I go so deep. So there'll be something in my life that is triggered and I don't feel good. And I know that I'm limiting myself and blah, blah, blah. And then I start trailing it down. That's why I do it with the writing. And I know I did one this week that was like all kind of went all over the limitations that I put on myself in my life in every way. And I think you identify your limitations by also having your dreams. Like, what's your dream? If you have a dream, what you desire your life to be like, it's going to kick up this limitation stuff. And that's also the best way to do it. Dream your ultimate dream, and then all the limitations will show up in your face to be dealt with. But
Oh,
I had one that came up that was kind of pervasive, which is that I am not safe. So there's something that, either I came in with or triggered in my childhood and all that. Not that it matters exactly where it came from. In certain situations, I don't feel safe, so I hold back. And so that was kind of a big one. But that all comes out of having a next place to go to, like your dream. And we'll talk about having a dream too. So go ahead. I think it's almost getting to be time for us to
oh,
close up our
yeah, I
talking
think
session. We'll
so.
talk about it again. So
And
what
and
do you
I
think?
Well, I think patterns too, patterns in your life.
Patterns?
Oh my gosh, here I am in this situation again. I thought
Yes,
that I learned this lesson a long time
yes,
ago, but this other situation is really similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. So again, there's something that I'm supposed to be learning
exactly.
here. What
Exactly.
is it?
Yes. Yes, it's a reflective universe. Why does this keep happening? Oh, you're totally right. I am having that same kind of person show up so that I will, learn this. So I think you're absolutely right. So this is a very deep subject. I
It
think we can do
is.
more than
We
one
can.
of our
Yeah.
segments on
And
this.
as
So
always, we welcome your thoughts on this
yes.
subject and your insights. Thank you
Can
so much.
yes, can people put stuff on our
They
podcast
can
here?
on YouTube make,
Oh, YouTube.
give their comments, or
Oh.
even we're starting to post on the podcast channel. So we welcome them. We might even read them on the air, and eventually we might have you on the air, whoever you are out there. So
That would be amazing. And yes, don't forget that there's a number of things for self-care. Patty will be showing it. She has a Scam Squad podcast where she shows where scams are for seniors. I have got classes through the loopvillage.com, great movement classes. We have a lot of resources for you that we will be letting you know more and more about. And please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Ask your friends to join us. I can be found at Beth_Amin on Instagram, BethAmin.com on my website, and just Beth Amin, Amine on Facebook. How about you, Patty?
I think the easiest way would be Patty at hub4podcasting.com. And I produce a few podcasts there. If you're interested in a podcast, I could help you with that, getting it going anyway. That's a start. We have so many projects going on. Another topic we're going to cover too is this hummingbird energy, where you have 100 things that you want to do. So
that's
we're
how
twins
we're
in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's how we're twins. We do that. So we're so happy you're here with us today. And now it's time for our movement and meditation segments of our podcast. So just hold on while I get out into the dance studio, and we will see you in seconds. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Patty, shall I take it over with a little bit of
that would be wonderful. I'm going to be ready
a
to
little bit of
stretch right along
movement
with you.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Time Out for the Twins. I'm Beth Amin. We're going to do some joyous movement, a few minutes of movements, which one of the most primary aspects of self-care is to move your body. The workouts that I do can be done at any level. You can really pump it up to a high level. You can be seated in a chair, and you can even have just partial use of your body, waist up. It works for all of that, so just do it at your own level. Let's get started. So I want to start by gently opening our lungs and our hearts. I want you to come up through the middle and be as big as you can, and press your arms out. So we're going to breathe in and exhale out. One more time, breathing in, big as you can, exhaling out. And now we're going to switch directions. We're going to come in with that breath and swoosh it out. Come in and swoosh it out. Let's take one arm and gently rotate it back as we shift our weight from side to side. Kind of getting a big motion here, freeing up, liberating, getting into the flow. Take that motion in the other direction with that shoulder, gently rotating it. You shift your weight side to side, other side, opening the arms, circling back. And let's switch directions. Good. Now I want you to shift your weight, lifting one foot and the other. So I'm gently turning from one side to the other, bending my knee as I shift that side and put my foot down. And it's kind of like we're on a little groovy walk here. Rotating the arms forward. In fact, you can take it into the space a little bit and bring it back. And I want you to just lift your knee a little bit as you shift your weight from side to side. You can do this in your chair, a little bit higher. Oh, it just feels good. Now stretch your leg out to the side and just shift your weight. You should be feeling some muscles on your inner thigh. Kind of just doing a little full body warm up right now as we shift our weight from one side to the other. And I'm going to get a little bit of hip action in there because I can't help myself. And the way we do that is we're very sensitive to the weight of our body in the floor. As we shift our weight, we feel it in that foot. We just extend our hip a little bit further. It's great for your hip joints. Notice I'm not using my legs, but I'm shifting my weight and extending my weight past the hip so that we have this kind of flowing with life move, which of course would be good for all your Latin steps and a lot of stuff you need your hips for. So we're going to just do one simple step with this. We're going to go front, place, back, place. Rotating the arms forward, back. It's a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Front, place, back, place. And use those hips. It's kind of a little full body motion. Feel your feet in the floor. Feel your knees bending. Feel your hips rotating out. Feel your shoulders, elbows, and hands. Full joint experience. And now take it to the side and the side. And we're just going to get back to our breathing. I just want you to have a feel of your entire body right now. Oh, moving side to side. Let's go up a little bit. Oh, that feels so good. And side a little bit. Big as you can, just as big and as open as you can. We're going to take some lovely deep breaths, which if you do nothing else in your day, that will be it. If you can possibly come low and round up one vertebrae at a time. If that's way too big, just bend over a tiny bit and round up with your neck being first. We're going to do that one more time. Do it at your level, only going that far if you can, or if you can get all the way down. You can wiggle a little, round your back coming up, then just your vertebrae in your neck, just as you come up slowly. And let's take 3 huge, humongous breaths, breathing in and exhaling out. Again, and one more. As we flow and flow into our fabulous day and our meditation with the wonderful Miss Patty. Mwah.
This relaxation and meditation will help you manifest your heart's desire without any limiting beliefs to hold you back. Sit on a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or sit on the floor with your legs crossed. Make sure your palms are upward and your spine is straight. If you prefer, you can lie down on your back with your palms facing upward. Feel your whole body relaxing. Just let your body go. Now breathe in through your nose with your mouth closed. Breathe in deeply and fully. Hold your breath. Hold. And as you breathe out any problems or worries. Just let them go. And again, breathe in deeply. Hold your breath. Hold. And breathe out any problems or worries. And breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. Allow yourself to relax fully and completely. Feel every part of your body lightly floating. Try to feel every part of your body at the same time. Pay attention to your breath, the quiet breath. Soft breaths in and long, soft breaths out. Breathing in, I feel my whole body. Breathing out, I feel my whole body. Breathe in, 1, 2. Hold, 1, 2. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 1, 2. Hold, 1, 2. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your body lightly floating and feel your breath. Body and breath. Now feel the breath in your belly, the rising and falling of the breath in your belly. Breathing in, I feel my belly rise. Breathing out, I feel my belly fall. Rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. Rising as you breathe in, falling as you breathe out. Watch your breath. Now bring your attention to your chest and feel the breath in your chest. Breathing in, I feel my chest rise. Breathing out, I feel my chest fall. Rising as you breathe in and falling as you breathe out. Rising as you breathe in, falling as you breathe out. And now from the belly, breathe in and draw the breath up to the throat. And breathe out from the throat down to the belly. Breathing in, I feel my breath float from my belly to my throat. Breathing out, I feel my breath float from my throat to my belly. Again, breathe in from the belly and bring the breath up to the throat. Breathe out from the throat down to the belly. And now, don't try to do anything at all. Just let go. Breathing in, I let my thoughts go. Breathing out, I let my thoughts go. Letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. Now imagine yourself sitting or lying down in the spring sunshine. It's the perfect spring day. Feel the warm sunshine and a gentle breeze on your arms, legs, and face. Hear the birds as they fly overhead. Continue to relax and think of something you've been wanting in the way of a possession, a relationship, or improved health. It can be anything at all. Nothing is too large or too small. Picture it now. Imagine how having it would make you feel. You are about to find out. There is nothing standing in your way. Feel it now. There is no reason to give up this wonderful feeling. Is it a feeling of joy, satisfaction, accomplishment, comfort? Identify the feeling and revel in it. Stay here as long as you'd like, and when you feel fulfilled, gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Then open your eyes partway as you reorient yourself to your environment. Keep the wonderful feeling with you as you go about the rest of your day.